How you going, everybody? So, just wanted to do a bit of a video on a few things that I've been reading a lot about lately and seeing a lot of stuff on social media and on some of the news programs. All this renewable energy stuff that's going on at the moment, wind farms and solar farms. There's just so much taking place at the moment. I took a drive out the back from where I live, down west of obviously Melbourne. The amount of wind farms that are going in there at the moment is absolutely out of control. And look, you know, I know there's a place for renewable energies, so I'm not against renewables. The one thing I have learnt about renewables is that obviously I live off grid, so I rely on renewable energy, so solar. They're not 100% efficient. You know, you've got to have a backup plan, so you can't just rely 100% on renewables. I have to run a backup generator every now and then. Try and limit it, but at least once, maybe twice a week, I've got to fire up a generator just to bring up the batteries and bring up the shortfall. So, you know, currently we're the governments are really pushing for renewables, trying to reach 100%, which it's not practical. They're just not efficient, and we've got to look at backup energy. And I think the way the governments are looking at it, they've really dropped the ball and they're not listening to the people. And the people that put them into, you know, they're into government. Once they get into government, they basically forget about the people and what the people want from a government. You know, the positioning of wind farms, solar farms, the governments are just writing their own rule books now, putting them right on small community doorsteps, close to residential houses. Obviously, they're all out in mainly rural areas, so people, you know, living in rural areas, having these wind farms put right on their doorstep, which is really not acceptable. There's enough land within this country that they don't have to be right on people's doorsteps. But then we have, you know, these foreign companies just come in here, flash a bit of cash to the governments, and you know, then they just, you know, put them where they want, and the governments allow them to by changing the rules to suit themselves. So, you know, you hear a lot of things lately about, you know, the cost of power. You know, I'm lucky enough that I don't actually have to worry about that because there's no power where I live. But, you know, people have got to start thinking about it. Why their power bills are, you know, so expensive. So you get these foreign companies coming into the country, and they're investing a lot of money in these wind farms and solar farms. So they want a return. They want a return on their investment, but also they want a return for their shareholders. So they have to do that somehow. So how do they do it? You're paying a premium price for your power. So as you know, as much as we do need renewables, you're going to be paying a premium price for it, for your electricity. And the more they put in, the dearer and dearer your power is going to be. And it's never going to come down because these companies, which are foreign companies from overseas, not Australian companies, so the money is all going offshore, and they want a return. They've invested a lot of money into these projects, and they want to pay their shareholders their money back, you know, and at a profit. So, you know, renewables, is it a good idea? It probably has a place in certain areas. It's not what we want. And as long as we keep putting renewables in by foreign companies, you're going to be paying a lot for power, and it's never going to come back down. It's never going to get cheaper. Renewables only work when there's wind and when there's sun. They talk about putting batteries in everywhere, but that'll be done by foreign. I guarantee it. So they're going to want their money back as well. So what we really need to do is make the governments accountable and get them to start listening to us, because they're not listening to us at all. And the only way that they're going to start listening to us is if we all, get together and start making a whole lot of noise. So the only way that we're going to make change is voicing our opinions. That's why I'm doing this video, because I'm just one person, but I know there's a whole lot of people out there that all think the same. We've really got to start generating some momentum and letting the governments know that we're not going to take it anymore. And it's time that this changes. So, look, I hope you share this video to everyone you know, all your friends, your family, people you know. Let's get this video really running wild. So if you can share it, send it off, and let's see just how far we can push this video. It's time we make the governments accountable for the decisions that they're making, the rules they're changing. We put them into power for a reason, for what we believe in, and hope that they govern the way we want them to govern, which isn't happening. So guys, share the video and let's make some real noise. All right, thanks guys.